currently making some eggs and spinach for breakfast, and then I'm gonna put it on toast and have like a little breakfast sandwich thing. But I can't believe that we are officially halfway through 2025, which means that it's time to do a full-on mid-year reset. So I'm planning on spending the day doing things that align with my 2025 goals, the goals that I set at the very beginning of this year. I'm also going to be doing some decluttering and cleaning, just going through areas in my house that I have really been putting off and just neglecting, to be honest. So I really hope that this video inspires you to also have a big reset. It's never too late to get back on track with your New Year's resolutions and to just work on becoming an even better version of yourself, which a lot of my videos here on this channel are about that. So hi, if you're new, my name is Rebecca. I post a lot of lifestyle vlogs. I also work a 9-to-5 job, so I show how I incorporate healthy habits into working full time. But yeah, I hope this video inspires you, and I hope you choose to stick around. I'm about to head to my local library to pick up a book because one of my 2025 goals is to read more, and I didn't set a specific book goal like I did the previous year just because I really want reading to be more of a habit and not have as much pressure on, oh, I have to complete this amount of books. So I started the year strong. I read pretty often until I finished the book that I was reading, but then I never got another book after that. So for the past few months, I haven't read anything. So I figured it's time for me to go pick up another book from the library, something fun like a summer read, and hopefully start making reading part of my routine again. Okay, so I picked up Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. I looked online and people seem to really recommend it for a good summer read. Also, it looked like it had some pretty good ratings from what I saw. And then I also ordered a book recently from Amazon that is supposed to arrive tonight. This is more of a personal memoir. It's called Fierce Hope: Walking Through Pain with the God of the Universe by Corey Napier. I'll put a photo of what it looks like here, but one of my best friends actually knows this author. She read the book and she said that it was absolutely phenomenal. So I'm really excited to get into that one as well. Okay, and now I'm gonna head down to our little home gym and get a workout in. I feel like a goal of mine literally every single year is have a consistent workout routine. I feel like I've been a lot better this year, but I don't know how consistent it really is, specifically when it comes to weightlifting. I have been going on a lot more walks, so that's been good. And I've been doing a few weighted workouts here and there, but definitely want to incorporate that even more into my life. Sometimes it is really hard fitting it in with a 9-to-5 job though. So if you have any advice on that, please let a girl know. But yes, I'm gonna go down and get a workout in. I have my chocolate matcha and I'm going to do some reflection journaling. Also, one thing I'm really excited about is that I just started recently doing a weekly self-reflection journaling prompt type of thing. And I created a Notion template for it, which I can share with you guys. It's completely free, but it is going to help me so much because I've noticed that if I don't document it in the form of pictures or journaling, I can often so easily forget things that happen throughout the year, the feelings that I'm experiencing, different thoughts that I'm having. So I am really excited to start using this. Okay, so at the end of every week, which I'm probably going to aim to do it on Sundays, I just open up a new weekly self-reflection and I have a bunch of different questions in there. At the top, I can list the date, my mood, different highlights from the past week and challenges from the past week. But then there's also a bunch of different questions. There's an emotional check-in, a core driver alignment. I have a section on challenging limiting beliefs, small wins and growth, and then prompts about looking ahead to next week. This entire Notion template is based on the things that I've learned from Marina, who I've told you guys about before. She is my business coach. She has truly helped me so much, and lately we've been diving into my limiting beliefs. But basically through the sessions that I've had with her, I've been able to identify my intrinsic drivers. So for instance, mine are connection, self-growth, and security and peace. And these questions align with the things that she's taught me. And also, just in case you forgot or didn't know, all of the things that she's taught me, learning about my limiting beliefs, learning about my intrinsic drivers, that is all included in that course that she offered you guys. So if you want to determine what yours are and then download my weekly reflection template, it will kind of go hand in hand with that. So if you are wanting to learn more about yourself and learning your intrinsic drivers, your limiting beliefs, listen up, because I am partnering with Marina and PurposeBuilt again on today's video. In one of our recent sessions, we discovered a limiting belief that I have, which is I don't know what to say, or I have nothing to say. That belief affects me a lot when I go to film videos, when I talk to others. It also affects how I trust myself in business. And honestly, I've been having a really hard time shifting that belief on my own. But once I could see it and figure out where exactly it came from, it starts to lose its grip a little. Honestly, we all have limiting beliefs, and most of them are formed when we're really young. They're always in the background, and they affect how we lead, how we speak, how we grow. You can kind of think of it like an iceberg where you only see the tip of it, but you don't see underneath the surface the parts that are really affecting you. So here's the business side of it. I want to share with you the same tools that Marina uses with her private clients. Her lowest tier coaching starts at $4,500, but don't worry, we wanted to offer it to you in a way more accessible way. We've been having a ton of fun turning it into a digital format. And if you've been watching my previous videos, you've actually been able to see it literally evolve in real time as we've been creating it. We've added in the belief work into the first step formula, which is the same program that I've mentioned in previous videos and that many of you have already jumped into. Personally, as I've been working through these tools, I created the Notion template, which I just told you about, which is helping me track my progress weekly, and I'm really excited to share that with you. So the full bundle, including the intrinsic drivers course and the belief work, is $97. The download link for it is in the description box as well as in the Notion template. This course is super informative, and it helps you dive deeper into your intrinsic drivers, your limiting beliefs, and it even gives you practical tools to help you along the way. Also, if you've already paid for the ID course, please email Marina directly, because she will give you a discount code to only pay the difference of $50 for the belief portion. So if you're ready to learn more about yourself and actually start to move forward and build the business you're meant for, let this be your first step. Again, the link is down below, and I really am so excited to be on this journey right alongside you. And also, I just want to give a big thank you to Marina with PurposeBuilt for sponsoring this video. It has genuinely been an absolute pleasure working with you, and the sponsorship hits really close to home because it is very personal and it does make a genuine difference in people's lives. Okay, I'm in my bed getting cozy for this because I want to chat about my 2025 goals, where I'm at with them, how I'm doing. I've learned that if you don't review your goals, it can be so easy to completely forget about them. For instance, as I was looking through this journal, I noticed that a year ago, I wrote a whole list of goals that I want to accomplish before the age of 26, which I will be turning 26 on June 25th. So this was exactly a year ago, and I completely forgot that I even wrote this list. And as I was looking through them, there are so many that I did not accomplish at all. And I think it's because I haven't reminded myself of these goals. These are things that I wrote down and then completely forgot about. So if you get inspired to do anything from this video, please let it be to review your yearly goals. Okay, so for my 2025 goals, I wanted to travel out of the country. So far, I have not accomplished this. I actually don't have any trips planned this year. I still would love to travel out of the country, but I'm not entirely sure that that's going to happen. However, I have been getting the urge to travel recently. Honestly, you guys, I might spontaneously book a solo trip. We'll see. I'm scared, but we'll see. I wanted to go on a girls trip with friends. If you guys saw last year, I went to New York City with some of my YouTube friends. And this year, we actually do not have a trip planned just because of some life events that are happening for some of the girls. Hopefully, we'll be planning a trip next year, but for the foreseeable future, I do not have a girls trip planned. I wanted to attend more social gatherings, and I put in parentheses, beat social anxiety. I've opened up a bit about my social anxiety on this channel. It's definitely something I am still struggling with. However, I will say say I have definitely pushed myself out of my comfort zone. I have attended more social gatherings. I have started hanging out with more people. So I think that one is a win so far. Work out consistently using our home gym. I touched on that earlier in this video. I'm definitely proud of how often I have worked out this year. However, like I said earlier, it's not necessarily super consistent. So that's definitely something I'm still working on. I wanted to have more self-care nights, and I can definitely say that one is a win. My goal for this year was to complete 3 guided journals. I believe the set I have is a set of 6, but they're all guided journals with a different theme. This one was self-awareness, which I did last year. And this year I started the confidence one, but I have completely fallen off of that. I think I've only done like 5 or 6 entries. So I definitely need to get back on track with that. And each of them are about 30 days worth. So there's definitely still time for me to complete 3 full ones. Take time to read, which I already talked about. Continue to develop hobbies. I definitely think I've spent more time on this. I go to volleyball every week. I've been coloring, even baking a little bit more. And then rest and practice mindfulness, which honestly to me kind of goes into the self-care night thing. But as far as rest goes, I think I have taken a lot more time to rest this year. And again, I just want to give a shout out to my editor, Bree. She's editing this right now, but she has helped so much. She's helped me free up time, and that allows me to incorporate more rest into my life, which has been such a big blessing. And those are all of my 2025 goals. I'm definitely glad that I reviewed them and can be a bit more intentional with them moving forward. Okay, update. I just spent the last 20 minutes or so cleaning out all of the drawers in my nightstand, although I did not film it. Also, the book that I was talking about just arrived. This is the one I ordered from Amazon. So these will be my next 2 reads. This one will be a lot more lighthearted and fun, and this one is more heavy but impactful. So I'm just gonna add them both to my nightstand. That way, hopefully I can start reading before bed. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna tackle is my dresser, probably the middle 2 drawers, because I know there's a lot of shirts in there that I don't wear at all, and it's time for me to get rid of them. Also, I decided to set a 60-minute timer to try and complete all of my decluttering tasks within that time. This just helps me stay on track. Okay, so from those 2 drawers, I'm throwing away 2 shirts because they have holes on them or they're just really old. I'm giving away 3 shirts, and I'm gonna try on this one. This is the shirt that I wanted to try on. Honestly, I forgot I even had it. I don't even know that I've ever worn it. However, now that I have it on, I think it could actually be a shirt that I could wear to work and just put like a blazer over it. So I'm gonna keep this one and put it with my work clothes. Okay, next I wanna go through all of the bins that are in my closet. For some of them, I honestly don't remember what I even put in them, so I just want to go through each one individually, find things to throw away, to donate, and maybe just tidy them up a little bit. Okay, this one is entirely period stuff. I have some extra pads in here, a little bear that you can put in the microwave to comfort you when you have cramps, other panty liners and things. So I'm just gonna put this one right back up and then bring the rest into my bedroom and sort through all of them. Okay, so I have less than a minute left and I just finished going through all of these bins. I have a lot that I'm going to be giving away and then some trash that I also need to throw away. I can't tell you how good it feels to be done with this. It has been in my mind to do this for so long, but I literally just kept putting it off. So this is your sign to go declutter the areas that you really need to, but you don't want to, and set a timer because that really did help keep me on track. Next up is my pantry. I try to do this at least every 6 months, but I'm gonna go through everything in here, look at the expiration date, and throw away anything that's expired. It's time for a digital declutter, and the thing that gets the most clogged up, I guess that's a weird word, for me is my camera roll. I have so many screenshots in there that I just don't need anymore. So I'm going to take like 10 minutes to just go through my camera roll and try and delete everything that's unnecessary. As I've been reflecting a little bit more on the first half of 2025, I am looking at what's working and what's not working in my life, my habits, my routines, things like that. I've heard people choose a word for their year, and so I wanted to pick a word for the second half of this year, and that word is aligned. I want to feel aligned with my purpose, with my passions. I want my habits and my daily routines to align with the person that I want to become. So I just spent some time brainstorming some things that I want more of for myself this second half of the year. So let's chat about it. First, I really want more travel. I know I touched on this earlier, but I don't think I've really had any trips this year, and it's already been 6 months. So I feel like that's really long overdue. So I wrote down a list of a few places that I want to go to. I have a friend who lives in North Carolina, and I'd love to do a little weekend trip there. I also have another friend in Virginia Beach, which actually I did spend a weekend there. So technically I traveled, but it's only like 2 hours away-ish. I also think it would be cool to do another New York City trip, even if it is just me by myself. My friend lives there, so I could stay with her, and I really enjoyed it last time I went. Also, I do want to plan a trip to California to see my grandma sometime in the next few months. And then the last one, like I mentioned earlier, I might consider solo traveling abroad. I don't know, but I think that would be something really cool. I think it could really push me out of my comfort zone. The next thing is that I really want to spend more time with God. I haven't been prioritizing my relationship with God. I've felt really distant from him. But I think the beautiful thing is that it's moving from I should spend time with God to I genuinely want to spend time with him. And I think that's so beautiful. So I found a book that I want to order. It's a 40-day Bible study. It's called 40 Days Through the Bible by Lisa TerKeurst. I feel like having that as a tool will really help me. So I'm going to order it right now so that I can start by, it delivers tomorrow. So maybe I'll start tomorrow. Add to cart and place order. The next thing is that I really need to prioritize more sleep. I've talked about this in recent vlogs, but I haven't been going to bed at a decent time. My bedtime routine is just not it. So I really want to work on that and just prioritizing going to bed early. Yeah, because the last week or so, I have been getting 6.5 hours of sleep per night, and that is not cutting it. And then the last thing is just more movement, which I feel like is always a goal of mine, but I want to continue going on daily walks, playing volleyball, working out, just being really intentional with moving my body. And lastly, I just want to be really consistent with filling out that weekly self-reflection Notion page that I told you guys about, and I'm actually going to fill it out now with you so you can kind of see how it works. I feel like this is such a good way to actually put into practice the things that I'm learning with Marina. And yeah, I mean, it is just going to be such a great personal development tool. So I'm going to share my screen and we can kind of just go through this together. Emotional check-in. What emotions have been most present for me this week and why? Honestly, feelings of inadequacy, feeling like what I'm doing isn't good enough. And that's me being real vulnerable. But honestly, that's why I saved me filling this out to the very end, because I know the people that are still watching up to this point genuinely care, and I genuinely trust you guys. When did I feel most like myself? What was I doing and who was I with? Or what did I do this past week? This is why it's good that I'm doing this, because honestly, sometimes I forget everything that I was doing. During volleyball, when did I feel least like myself and what triggered that? When I had social anxiety at work. I filmed a week in my life vlog last week. I'm not sure if it's going up before or after this one, but I kind of shared a little bit about this specific situation. So I'll let you watch that video. But I've been really struggling with social anxiety, and I definitely do not feel like myself when that takes over. The next section is going over my core drivers. Again, mine are connection, self-growth, and security and peace. So how did I nurture each of these this week? Connection. Oh my gosh, I had a 3-hour phone call with one of my best friends. Okay, self-growth. I would say my mid-year reset, which was literally today, and reflecting on the first half of 2025. Security and peace. Sitting in front of my red light. Therapy device. Which driver felt most unmet or neglected, and why do I think that is? Probably connection, because Caleb and I didn't have a lot of time together this week. What's one small action I can take next to honor that driver more fully? Ooh, plan a date night. Okay, so challenging my limiting beliefs. Which belief showed up most this week and what triggered it? I mentioned it, I guess, at the beginning of this, feeling like what I'm doing isn't good enough. And that's more specifically with my YouTube videos. The thing that triggered that is a couple videos performing poorly. I really let that get to my head. How did I respond? Did I challenge it or accept it? I think I challenged it. Yeah. What might be a more compassionate or empowering alternative truth? I'm able to connect with my core audience and develop a closer connection with them. How did my body feel when I believed the limiting thought and then when I replaced it? I felt defeated, and then when I replaced it, I felt loved. So for small wins and gentle growth, the question is, what small thing am I proud of this week, even if it felt insignificant at the time? I think what I did today, going through my closet bins for sure, because that genuinely is something that I put off for so long. Where did I show up for myself, even if it felt messy or imperfect? I had a self-care night on Monday night. I feel like that was a way that I really showed up for myself because I know that I needed it. If I could give my younger self one kind sentence this week, what would it be? This is one of my favorite questions on this list. Sometimes you can't see the positive impact that you're making on others. Keep trusting that you are. I think that's something that I need to hear now, but also that my younger self could have heard and benefited from. Last section, looking ahead, what intention would I like to carry into next week? I will give myself grace and practice reframing my negative thoughts. What support or reminder will I need to stay aligned with that intention? Honestly, I could actually put it as a reminder on my phone so that I get a notification every morning to remind me of that intention. I think that's a really good idea. Let me do that now before I forget. Last question, what is one habit or moment of self-care I want to commit to this week? For me, that's the habit of spending time with God, because like I said, that devotional book that I just ordered will arrive tomorrow. So that's definitely something that I want to start doing this week. And that's it. Like I said, I will have this template free for you guys down below. And I do highly recommend Marina's course as well, because I think that it fits with this really, really nicely. And this is such a natural next step if today's video resonated with you. Marina really helps you see clearly, both in business and in life, and that truly makes all the difference. Again, that link is in the description and also on this Notion page. And I think that concludes my mid-year reset. I honestly feel a lot lighter now that I've accomplished all of those things. I feel productive. I feel ready to take on the next 6 months. Again, please just know that it's never too late to start over and start working on yourself. I hope this video motivated you in some type of way. If you're still here, comment this emoji, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you so, so much. Peace.